See the diverted traffic. I was going to do a pick the day. I was going to do a little Denbigh video, Portland Place and Bridge Street, but it's chaos there. It's all dug up. There's wagons and all sorts there, and barriers and things. All the traffic's been diverted. So I abandoned that video, and I thought, well, what am I going to do? Go to the mental. I was going to go to the mental anyway, but I don't need an excuse to go to the mental. But anyway, I'll probably get a lot of cars now because nice shot of it there through the trees with the sun on it. But yeah, so I've abandoned that video. With absolute chaos there. I think they're resurfacing or doing something. I don't know why. What the reason, you know, but it's all, the road's all closed anyway. And I would pick a video of that specific location in Denbigh, and it's absolutely chaos there. So second alternative, go to the mental. So it's all quiet. Right, start from now. Camera record, mental equals car. So yeah. And if my mates are here, oh, what's going on up there? I thought it was a load of cattle then in the top field there, where Denbigh was. Secure Award. Now if you're new to my channel, this is what I do. This is what I've been doing for 25 plus years, I say now. It's documenting the mental. It's the North Wales Hospital, Denbigh Asylum, and 2 cars, yeah? Works every time. But doing something up there. That's where Denbigh was, and the chapel is just behind that white building. There's its nurse's home. I'm saying this because I've got a lot of new subscribers and a lot of new watchers for the mental. I know a lot of people are interested in the mental. I know a lot of people are not interested in the mental. But if you see a video, North Wales Hospital, Denbigh Asylum, NWH, and you're not interested in the mental, don't watch it. It's not rocket science. But yeah, that's what I've been doing now, 25 plus years. So pop to the mental and have a nose and a bit of a natter, as I usually do. Yeah, 25 years. The sun on the nurse's home there, and the sun in the front. There's a lot of weeds growing up, or ivy, or what have you, growing up the front buildings there. That's the only part that's going to be saved. I don't know what's happening with the chapel. It's probably fallen down by now. The last time I was at the chapel, it was in a hell of a state, as is everything else. Yeah, they were going to keep the nurse's home and the isolation ward, the chapel, the Allied ward, and a few wards at the back, female 7A, 7B and 8 wards, stuff like that, and the works at the front there. They were going to keep that part there, but and then lo and behold, they're going to knock everything down now. They're just going to keep the front buildings converted into dwellings. They're going to have 300 houses and business units, and I don't know, perhaps they might have 1 or 2 shops and things for a 10-year project. But oh yeah, I had a question too. Oh, I just make it clear, I have not got a drone. I have not got a drone. Do not come anywhere near the mental if you've got a drone. Otherwise, you're in for it. Do not come anywhere near the mental if you've got a drone. Danger territory. Yeah, I had a question too about the orchard. You talked about the orchard and all that. I'll show you where it is. It was there. That's where the orchard was. We used to climb over the wall there and pinch apples. And then, I've talked about it before, behind that house there was an exposed part of the piping, which was part of the heating. And it normally is insulated, it's insulated and like wrapped with chicken wire. I've talked about it before, you know, I get asked, I got new questions and new subscribers and stuff. And that's what we used to do, is to cut the apples in half and put it on the exposed pipe. And then used to cook. They weren't very nice, if I can remember rightly, but that's what we used to do, to fill the jumpers up with apples. And that's where the orchard was. It was here. Sometimes we get a chase off a gardener, but it's no way they'd catch us. That's what we used to do. So that's where the orchard was. And with the patients, I talked about Bringolai. That was a secure ward. That was for patients that were a danger, not only to themselves, but to staff or other patients. They were kept in that ward, which is, as I say, to the back there. And that there is just peeping through the trees. That's the isolation hospital or isolation ward. It was a hospital within a hospital. That's where they'd go if they got contagious diseases and stuff like that. They're likely to spread it through, to other patients in the hospital and stuff. And that's where they used to put them. And then there was patients that were actually locked in wards around the hospital, the main building and other wards. Then there was the airing courts, which was one there and one there. The other side, there were walled, like airing courts, walled sections, door led out from the main buildings, either side of the front buildings, and it was just an open, and all they do all day, they used to just wander around. So they were contained, and then you got the patients which would come and go as they pleased. They could wander around the grounds, or they could come into town. They'd come through the main gates, they'd come up here, down there, up there, and down Love Lane, and then into town. They could just come and go as they pleased, and that's the categories, shall I say, of patients. So my mates will be in there today. I was here last week, and Camo Man it was, with his binoculars. He watches me with his binoculars when he's not playing hide and seek. And yeah, and he wasn't on his bike. They've got electric bikes that they ride round on, so they'll be in the grounds, especially on a weekend. But they're there 24/7. They don't so much wander the grounds during a weekday because there's people there and stuff like that. But on a weekend, they ride round on bikes. So yeah, and as I say, the patients that used to come in and out as they please. One was George, always on a Sunday. How are you? You alright? A fan. I had one yesterday. He hooted. I was outside coming out of Aldi in Ridland, and he was hooting, and waving. So I get it all the time. What was I going on about? Oh yeah, George. Little fella. He must have been about 5 foot. Big trench coat, black. Whether he was military, I don't know, but he always had these black boots, and they were shiny. You could see your face in them. I don't know, fan. And yeah, he used to be singing every Sunday. Why he used to come into town on a Sunday, I have no idea. But you'd hear him, because I used to live in Love Lane, Love Lane garage. My parents used to have the garage. We used to live in the flat. Especially if it was a warm day, a warm morning, you have the window open, and you'd hear him singing in the distance as he makes his way down. He'd get louder and louder and louder. But he's quite a good singer. And then you go past, and then why he'd come into town on a Sunday, I have no idea. But every Sunday morning, the odd weekday we'd see him in town, but he wouldn't be singing, and we'd say, George, give us a song, and he'd sing for us. Little fella, about 5 foot, big trench coat of white hair, white cropped hair, and I always remember his boots. You could see your face in his boots. But yeah, no sign of military man or camo man. He's the ex-SAS. And yeah, get abusive, very abusive they've been, because someone came in with a drone and then that appeared. No drones allowed! That doesn't mean anything. I've had it on good authority that you can fly drones over the mental and nothing they can do about it. Because I know about video and photography laws and stuff. But I wasn't too sure about drones, but apparently that doesn't mean nothing. So anyway, I'll pop down to the front gates and I'll pop down to the entrance that they're using now. I'll have a bit of a shufty down there. Like I said, I was going to do a little video in Denbigh. I might do... No, there was another one I was going to do, 2 old greengrocers and stuff, and they're on Bridge Street in Portland Place. I would pick that subject, wouldn't I? Right, I'll pop down to the front gate, have a nose down there, but as no sign of my mates, the 2 of them. So yeah, so I'll pop down there and I'll have another nose and a natter. So yeah, as for getting recognised, now I get it all the time. So I must be doing something right. Right, I'll see you in a minute. The lad that just went past in his van earlier, he's just come back up this way, so he's obviously come for a nose at the mental. So yeah, so thanks for that. Thanks for the wave and what have you. As I say, I get it all the time now. So anyway, heading down to the what was the main entrance, which is not anymore, but it was the main entrance. And also, one of the entrances planned is by here into the complex. But the one that the Jones brothers are using now, that's going to be an entrance. They're not going to use the original entrance, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But the other entrance is going to be here. It's going to go up that way into the complex, you know, the housing and what have you. I would have thought they'd used the front, you know, going up to the main drive with the filled buildings in front of you. Very impressive. But apparently that's not going to be the case. And they're going to take away the pavement as well. I don't know why they're going to remove, well, what pavement it is, but they're going to take that away. And there's going to be a bus stop here as well. Bus stop here somewhere. But anyway, this is the what was the main gates. Originally there was no gates there when the hospital, going back years and what have you, and then they put gates on it because they used to lock the patients in. There was no staff from 10 o'clock in the evening until 6 in the morning. Used to just lock the patients in and just let them get on with it. And that's what they used to do. No doctors, no staff, no nothing. Used to just lock them in. But anyway, that's the front buildings, and that's the main door there. That's where I saw the patient fall to his death. I've talked about it before. I've talked about a lot of things before, and I would be about 8 or 9, perhaps something like that. And I was in a taxi. We used to do taxis from Love Lane Garage and what have you. And I think it was my mother went in. I was outside in the car, facing the door there. And this patient came out. He had a shaved head, he had slippers on, pyjamas and a dressing gown, and he stood on the top step and he looked down at me and he looked around like that, and he went to walk down the steps and he fell bang. He never put his hands out or nothing, he just fell flat straight on his face, bang, and he was just still. I was there like I had a hell of a fright. Like I say, I was only a little lad, and then people came out and doctors and all surrounded him and what have you. And then they informed us the next day that as soon as he hit the deck, them steps, that he was dead. He died instantly, and I was the only one that witnessed it. And I'll never forget it to this day. So anyway, that's what was the main entrance, where the original chapel was above the front door, and the water tower. Used to have the water tank up the top there and stuff like that. But right, I'll head down to the entrance that the Jones brothers are using now. Wow, there's some warmth in that heat. Yeah, I'll always remember that, never forget it. I can see him now, and I'd be about 8, perhaps 8 or 9 at the most, and I was the only one that witnessed it. As soon as he hit the deck, he was dead. He died instantly. Never forget that. A few running repairs there. I'll go down the cinder track as well, which is haunted, by the way. Almost forgot to mention it, huh? So yeah, they've been adding a bit of a security fence in there, doing a bit of repairs. No authorised persons allowed beyond this point, especially if you've got a drone. If you've got a drone, you will be shot. You will be shot on sight. So anyway, obviously, basically, head to the Jones Brothers entrance, see what's going on down there, and then I'll pop down the cinder track, and then I'll do me. Yeah, to abandon my Denbigh video, so I'll do it another day. It's absolute chaos there. So right, keep going. See you in a minute. And here, just on my left there, was the mental farm. This is where they used to raise pigs and cattle and chickens. Used to get the eggs and milk and meat and beef and poultry and everything to supply, you know, the mental.
That's on YouTube.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I love your videos, man.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Watch them all the time.
So yeah, cheers mate, thanks very much. Like I say, get it all the time. So yeah, it was Pennant Farm. Yeah, cheers, he said I watch your videos, I watch them all the time. Thanks very much for that, mate. So yeah, this was the farm, and it went on fire. I have talked about these subjects, you know, I can't think off the top of my head, but it was a massive fire here. They had a slaughter man there and butchers and stuff. Used to do the, because inside the grounds they had gardens for the fruit and veg. It was all self-contained. They had butchers, carpenters, tailors, hairdressers, all sorts in there. It was like a little, they call it like a little, its own little village. It's all self-contained, and this was the farm, Pennant, but that's not the original name. And off the top of my head, I can't cue the track. I can't think what it was called, the park or something. But Pennant Farm, but that's not the original. It's the original name. Anyway, I may as well keep nattering. This is the entrance, one of the second entrance. This is the entrance that Jones Brothers are using now. So we'll see if cameraman's here or fluorescent man. But this is it's all locked up. But they'll be in the grounds. But they don't want to know me. I tell you, unless I get it, I'll probably come here with a drone. So yeah, see if there's anything going on. You see it's all locked up. You come in on a weekday, that'll be open, there'll be all cars and stuff there, but on a weekend it's all locked up. But they're in the grounds, take my word for it, they'll be in the grounds, either walking around or going around on their little electric bikes. Way, look at that, see what I say? Don't come anywhere near the mental with a drone. You'd be shot on sight. You'll be tasered. So anyway, yeah, this is one of the entrances they're going to use. So there's female 7A, 7B and 8 wards, and there's Alid ward, or part of it. They were going to be kept, but not anymore. And also, if you're new to my channel, if you want to see what it's like inside there, I've done 25 plus years now of tours in the grounds, in the buildings, and I talk about the history. I'll give you anecdotes, I'll give you little stories. When I can remember, I'll say what the ward is and stuff like that. There are other videos on YouTube, but all they do is wander around. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they are. They know it's the mental, and they just wander around. But I will talk about the history like I've been doing in this video. You'll get anecdotes and memories of when I was a kid and stuff like that. So anyway, well, that's these are new signs here. All HGVs must turn left when leaving this site, not to go that way. So yeah, you know, like I say, if you're interested, I know a lot of people are and a lot of people aren't, but you know, you'll get a lot of people asking me questions, and 99.9% I'll answer the question if I know the answer, you know. But yeah, got recognised us twice now, and yesterday some lad was hooting in the car, and that was in Ridland. I get recognised in Ridland, Rel, the day. But yeah, there is that jogger there. So watch your videos, I love your videos. So cheers, thanks for the compliment and stuff like that. But yeah, there's no sign of my mates today. Anyway, obviously, basically, I'll head down the cinder track now, the haunted cinder track. See what's going on down there. So this is the haunted cinder track. Private road, vehicular access to King's Mill only. Vehicular. Vehicular, it's a word for you. And I know I've talked about this 1,000,001 times, but I'm on the cinder track, which is haunted, by the way. Almost forgot to mention it. And there's a story behind that too, which it's an old ongoing joke, but this is the cinder track, and the reason it's called the cinder track, yeah, I know, if you're a regular, you're probably sick. Oh, there's a car coming, see, that is used. There's a reason why it is called the cinder track. Not much room here. Get to the side. coming from Kingsmill. Yeah, the heating system used to have a band, you know, a gang of patients. They used to chip the coal to the correct size to fit the boilers. Because all the patients, they all had, well, the majority of them, they all had jobs, the ones that could work and stuff. Oh, that's been filled in, yeah. I think that's been done a while back now. They all had jobs to do and stuff like that. And contrary to what one or two people think, they were happy there. They were happy. They'd come into town and they'd, oh, you talk. Because I used to know a lot of the patients, a lot of them. And, you know, to talk to and stuff. And they were, oh, I've got to get back. Got to go get back to the hospital and stuff. And they were happy there. There's some people say this and some people say that, but well, from my experience, and I've been, you know, like I say, since I was a kid, the patients were happy there. And yeah, like I say, they all had jobs and stuff and things to do. We used to help build the bowling green, not the bowling green, the cricket ground and the rugby pitch. Although I think, no, tennis courts, that's it, they used to use patient labour and stuff like that. Actually, I think the bowling green is going to be coming here. It's either the bowling green or the cricket ground. Can't remember now. Or both of them. Probably something like that. Yeah, and anyway, so the old cinders, out of the, you know, like most of the old cinders are burned and they emptied the boilers. To get rid of the cinders, they used to come to this track and you used to just tip the cinders on it. And I remember it. It used to be about that thick, black cinder. You couldn't ride a bike on it, or just about. And it used to crunch. If I was walking now, you'd hear as I was walking, thick with cinders. And that's what they used to do. That's what we used to get rid of the cinder, and that's why it's called the cinder track. So yeah. Oh, and it's haunted. We might not have mentioned that, but this cinder track is haunted. And also, what they do is chuck the stuff over there here as well. So tip it down the side. And there was two tips, one here and one further along, opposite where the incinerator was. So a massive incinerator. I remember that. They used to burn everything. What they couldn't burn, they used to dump. There was one dump further on down there by Kingsmill, opposite Kingsmill, and the other dump was here. They used to just chuck everything over, you know, metal bed frames and stuff like that. But anything else, you know, the furniture and stuff like that, they used to burn. They used to have a massive incinerator. That was at the back, close to the chapel and the morgue and the isolation ward. Some are coming behind me now. The isolation ward, behind the isolation ward, as you look from the top road, that's where the morgue is. It's right behind it. So those are the questions used to get asked. What's security? Where's the morgue? And where's the chapel? People couldn't find the chapel. So anyway, obviously, basically, this is the haunted cinder track, just in case I'd ever mentioned it. This section here, just where that chop's going down there, that's where we used to go down on our bikes, but this wasn't near this grill. We used to either walk through the grounds or cycle through the grounds. We used to pass the front of the nurse's home. As you look from the top road, if you look at the nurse's home, that's actually the back of the nurse's home. But we used to go, there's only two entrances. We used to go past the nurse's home, past the big chimney, 100-foot chimney. I'll show you that now. If you looked from about a few mile radius of the Mental, and if you look towards the Mental, the first thing you'd see is the chimney, and if you looked from here, roughly it would be about there. You've got the canteen, you can't quite see it here, and the sick ward, male 8 ward at the back and stuff, and you go round the canteen and just up a bit, and it'd be roughly there, right on the corner by the weighbridge. That's where the chimney was, but I don't remember that getting demolished. I remember it, but I don't remember it getting demolished, or what, you know, how they demolished it and what have you. One minute it was there, the next minute it was gone. So there's female 7A, 7B and 8 wards, which the roof's coming in on them, and just to the behind that is the Allied ward. They were going to keep them, but as I say, the whole lot's going. And the chapel, I don't know, the chapel's probably in bits now. The last time I was there, which is, it's going back a year or two now, it was falling to bits then. but that was planned to be kept, but I don't know. But they are going to keep, hopefully, that roof they put on, nearly £1 million worth of roof. Hopefully they'll be able to keep that and build another roof on top of it, because it'll be like double skinned then. But hopefully they'll be able to do that for £750,000 worth of roof. And like I say, if you're interested in the mental, just look back at my old videos and you'll see them, the construction, putting that on and stuff like that. And a nasty little security guard telling me to F off, and he called me an effing muppet. Those are the days, eh? So anyway, I head my way back. I'll go past the top road and what have you, and if a camel man or fluorescent man are wandering around or going around on their bikes, I'll get a shot of them. Perhaps they might give me a wave. I'll shout to them, I have not got a drone. I've not got a drone. Don't shoot me. So anyway, I'll head back. Another hooter. Just give us a toot on this boy past. But I wasn't recording then, so anyway, back on the top road. There's nothing happening. And the front gate on that Jones Brothers entrance, but no sign of them today. No high-vis man, no cameraman, but they'll be there. They'll be in the grounds. Quickest way to get a security guard onto you is get a drone out. Do not come anywhere near this place with a drone. You're taking your life in your hands. No drones allowed. Do not come anywhere near this place with a drone. Wow, it's breezy now. Right, I think I will leave the mental for another week or what have you. So as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. My little natter. 25 plus years of documenting the mental, and I ain't going to stop anytime soon. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again.